Hello everyone and welcome to Evolve Yourself TV. You're here, you made it, so you're in the right place. We're gonna have a good time tonight. That's what I tell all my women, right? Um, hey, JT Farms, you're here. Nice music, love the bass. JT Farms, the channel shaman has arrived. All right, yes. Look at that. You got the VIP badge going. You got the founder 4-month subscriber, the Prime Gaming badge going. You're getting badged up. You're getting a lot of street cred in the Twitch community. Good to see you. How am I doing? Wow. Let's see. This is the worst day of my existence. It's so fucking terrible. No, I'm just kidding. I'm all right. I'm doing pretty good actually. I had a intense Bikram yoga class tonight, hence the bananas. Now I don't know how good this one's looking. Like, does this one look good to you? I'm not sure if this one's still good, but like, hopefully out of all those bananas, I should be able to get some in case things happen, right? Like I get hamstring cramps, when I do Bikram yoga sometimes, or when I go for long runs. It's just something I've been dealing with my whole life, and I need potassium. I've been down in potassium chews. I've been going eating other bananas and stuff like that, trying to get as much potassium. I know there's potassium in dark greens as well. So I'm just trying to get my potassium. I got to be a healthy, strong male of the community, right? That's like my role, apparently. Right? Yeah. Hey, Banana Jim. Brown equals more sweetness. Okay, so then this right here, this is going to be a sweet banana. I don't know. It doesn't look healthy though. Look how they're more brown like down here. I mean, I store my bananas in the fridge. And so it's like the way it works is, it's like, these, they're going to go brown quicker on the outside, but they should stay long, they should last longer on the inside. That's the idea. That's what the scientific research actually shows. So we'll see though. We'll see if it's actually a thing or not. But I'm glad you liked the music. Yeah, I finally got some music going for the intro screen. And I'm not going to get any copyright infringements, no DMCA, craps, coming at me that way, because I'm doing it through Twitch. Twitch actually has like their own music thing. It doesn't. It's interesting though because it doesn't record on the VODs. So like if you go to the video after the stream and like go to that section, you won't hear any music. But you can hear it on the stream, which is all that matters, right? I don't really care. Why would someone watch the starting soon screen? In the video, right? That's like not really exciting. But maybe it is for some people. Some people might like that. Might be their favorite part of their day, just like watching starting soon screens. There's a wide variety of people out there. JT Farms, you say, don't let the outer appearance fool you. What's inside is what matters. Absolutely. And that's deep. That's totally deep. I mean, that's just how it goes, right? It's not just with bananas. It's not just with bananas. All right, and it's with life, right? People are quick to judge. I used to be big. When I was like really big into heavy metal and I had long hair and I fucking like wore all metal shirts all the time and I was like people were quick to judge. They were quick to be like, who's this fucking dropout or whatever, who's this guy, why is he in my pre-med class with me, right? And then like, I'm the guy who ends up setting the curve or the curve. So it's like, fucking don't judge, don't judge others based on the color of their outer banana, skin or whatever, banana peel. All right. Is that really where we're at today, JT Farms? Are we just going to be talking about bananas all day? I don't know. Some days you kind of gotta talk about bananas. Some days you don't. You said cool music sets the vibe. Yeah, I'm really excited about this. That we got some music in the startup screen right now. It's just a nice way of engaging the viewers, right? Because if you show up and you got some decent music playing, it's like, oh well, then you're more likely to like hang around for a minute while the starting soon screen disappears, and then I'm actually on, can give you some content. Let's see, JT, you're saying it's a human fault that we must all try to work on, judgment of others and ourselves. Yeah, it very much is, right? Judgment, the whole concept of judgment. It's like a really fucking weird weird notion, right? And some people take it really seriously. Some people are like judging others constantly, you know, and they're just that's like their whole world, you know. For me personally, I always give everyone the benefit of the doubt, you know, even if like I probably should, you know, be staying away from someone, you know, because of whatever. Like I'll hang out with them. I'll see what they're like. You know, I want to see what the real person is. You know, not what the outer appearance of the person is. I mean, that's, you know, we all have outer shells, right? We all have outer shells that we have, and you know, that's just a matter of form. You know, and I'm all about function and the actual essence of the person. JT, you're saying I'm not the best conversationist. We can bullshit till the big dogs arrive. You're great. You're great, JT. I appreciate you being here, and you know that I always do. You keep the energy right. You know, you keep the energy good in here. You know, typically it's just like you know, if you're not here, you know, it's like you never know what's going to happen. You know, but you get rid of the negative and you keep the positive flowing. You keep the positive energy flowing in here. Good, which is good. You're one of the big dogs. Don't ever you know, downplay your ability to hang with me. You know, I mean, we talk hardcore. You know, you're a big dog. You know, we've known each other for years. You know, it's like you're the poet. You're the poet who knows it. I'm ready to read some poetry tonight. I'm surprised. I think that poetry redemption was only done once. But I can read some more. You know, I got some good poems. You know me. I got some good poems. I know some poems. I know a little bit of that poetry stuff. Oh, we all play our parts. Yeah, we all have our role, right? I mean, like, what is my role, right? I sit here in a chair, and I talk, and I try to you know, teach people about philosophy and about meditation, right? That's like my thing, right? That's what I do here. I'm not gonna like, you know, try to like, you know, entertain by going in a hot tub or anything like that. But you know, I will do a shirtless stream every now and then. That's just how it goes, right? So yeah. Uh, you said you're building up reserves for redemption. Yeah, I know, and you know, I do feel a little bit bad that I had to raise it from 25,000 to 50,000 channel points, but you know, it's just one of those things. You know, sometimes you gotta raise the stakes. You know, inflation, right? People gotta be spending their channel points. You know, people gotta be wanting to be here and, you know, saving up and then, you know, spending when they can, right? That's just a main thing. Yeah, make us work for your word, right? Oh yeah, and also it's like I don't want it to get old, right? I don't want it just every stream to just be like, oh, time to take off my shirt, 100 channel points, you know, or something like that, right? That's like ridiculous, right? You know, because then I'm just like the guy that does shirtless streams all the time, right? I don't want to be known as that. I want to be known as the person that you know, espouses notions of love and kindness and compassion for all of humanity. You know, I don't want to be known as the guy that takes off his shirt when he does the guided meditations. But it's still like a nice, like, you know, nice thing to do every now and then, you know, for the audience. The audience appreciates it, right? You know, like whenever I did the two times that you've cashed in that redemption, everyone's, you know, I've gotten many compliments from people. You know, that they dig it. They dig the redemption. And Balanced has one too. He actually had it for 90,000, or no, he had it for, I think, something crazy like 90,000 channel points, and then he just reduced it to 25. I just raised mine, so, you know, I don't know how that goes. I should go into a hot tub. Yeah, right. I should do a hot tub stream. But you know what? That's how people are getting viewers these days. That's how people are doing it. Like, if you go to those hot tub streams, I mean, there'll be like 50,000 people watching. It's like, it's madness. It's crazy. It's like, you know, there's just some girl, like, you know, getting drunk in a hot tub and like talking to the chat, and she's got 50,000 viewers. It's like I'm sitting here trying to, like, you know, teach meditation and philosophy, and, you know, I got like a handful of people here watching. It's always crazy. You know, it's always a weird thing. You know, I mean, I don't know. I guess I gotta grow a pair of boobs or something, apparently. Tell me how you're feeling tonight. Go in depth. Okay. Well, let's see. Um. I'm feeling, well, I can tell you about a little bit about my bodily sense. Like, there's my bodily way of feeling, there's my emotional part, there's my, mental part, there's my spiritual part. My bodily feeling, my bodily sense is that I'm a little bit dehydrated from the intense heat from the 105-degree Bikram yoga class. So that's the bodily part, and that factors into how I'm feeling overall. Um, I was feeling really like pumped up and psyched after last night's stream. Like I was feeling like really intense and good and whatnot. But then I had like a really hard time falling asleep at night. So like, yeah, I didn't get the best sleep. And then I woke up today. Um, this conversation has bored you to sleep. But yeah, then I woke up today and I've just kind of been doing my thing. I don't know. I worked out. I've just I had to I had to do a lot of little things. A lot of times there's like invisible work that you need to do, and you just got to get that done. And then once you get that done, it's like you feel better, right? But it's like like little like things like you go, oh, I got to call the doctor, or I got to call so and so and schedule an appointment, right? There's always like these like little things to do, every now and then. But yeah, let's see. What are you saying? You're saying do you those that need your light will seek it out no matter what gimmick you utilize. Yeah, and that's kind of how I see it as well, right? If I'm coming out here and I'm being my honest, authentic, genuine self, I have absolute faith that the people who need to be here to hear it, whatever day, whatever there's going on in their day, whatever issues they're facing, the people that actually can really benefit from what I have to say are gonna arrive, right? And then I'm doing what I want to do because I'm helping people. If I'm not being an authentic self, if I'm just being pure gimmick, like there's a lot of people on Twitch that are pure gimmick, right? And they're like, oh, I have like 50 hats that I'll put on, if I like get 10 subscribers, and I'll do like this dance on my hands or whatever. And it's like, okay, be pure gimmick, right? But at the same time, then you're just always like looking for a new gimmick, a new gag to play, right? And I don't want to do that. I'm not going to be that way. I'm going to be someone who comes out here and gives a quality meditation every single time that I'm streaming, and that's like a main thing to me, right? That's the main part, the main point, like to give quality meditations. And then I'm also going to be someone who comes out here and is honest and authentic and genuine with the people around me, and that's like a main thing, the main thing I'm doing. You say you don't got much to say. This conversation has bored you to sleep. Well, don't worry about it. You don't need to sit here and chatter up a storm. I mean, it's not like on you. I mean, the fact that you showed up is just pretty awesome in itself, right? I might just do like a quick short meditation today and then just call it a night. We'll see how it goes. I'm feeling pretty dehydrated, like I said. You're feeling really good tonight. You had an awesome morning meditation. Yeah. I wanted to actually talk to you. I was actually going to text you today. What do you think? What do you think about the Twitch community? Isn't it a pretty amazing community of people, right? We got streamers from all over the world, and they all come together to like espouse notions of health and well-being. It's like such a great community, and I know you've been hanging out in other people's streams at times, and you know people now. You participate, right? People know you. You've gained quite a bit of Twitch street cred. You're a valuable participant in chat. I mean, it's like what do you think about this Twitch world, right? Isn't it kind of weird? It's kind of interesting. I love the art and the music and the fitness and health. It's just such great stuff to me, at least. You believe a lot of your viewers join you to do the work, so keep doing you. Yeah, feel the energy, guide by energy. Yeah, right. And that's kind of how I feel, right? Just keep doing the work, and then and the people that do come in, they're doing the work too, right? And a lot of them are fitness and health people, right? They're used to putting in that work, that effort, and all that stuff, to try to improve themselves. So when I'm doing it, it's when I'm running guided meditations, it's an honor, to be able to be here and to do that for others, right? So yeah, Twitch is awesome. When we have a chance, we should talk so I can hold a real. Yeah, you know, I've been. Yeah, like I said, I was gonna text you today and then call you after that, and but we'll talk soon because excuse me, it's been a while, right? It's been, man. When's the last time we've talked? It's been like what, like 3 weeks or something. Um, can't type for shit today. Yeah, you know, it just goes that way, right? Sometimes make our Twitch conversations pretty dull. Uh, you make our pitch something like that. Okay, all right, well, fair enough, right? All right, well, maybe we should just hop into the meditation. I think we should do that, right? Let's just go into it. We'll go into the meditation and we'll see what happens. If people join, if people want to come in and participate, that's cool. If not, then such is life, right? Such is life. Okay, so you're gonna want to get yourself in a comfortable seated position. You can sit in lotus pose. You can sit cross-legged on the floor, or you can sit in a chair. The main thing is to be seated in a position that is comfortable for you. And take a few deep breaths on your own and gently close your eyes and just focus on your breath. I have a Buddhist chant that I play that has a chime that goes off every 2 seconds. And you can use that to help regulate your breath count. Take a few more breaths on your own while maintaining good posture. Inhale through your nose, gently raising your belly. And exhale through your mouth, gently lowering your belly. Breathe in through your nose, gently raising your abdomen. And breathe out through your mouth, gently lowering your abdomen. Find a nice, comfortable, and regular breath count, and stay true to that breath. Inhale, gently raising your belly. And exhale, gently lowering your belly. Breathe in, gently raising your abdomen. Breathe out, gently lowering your abdomen. Stay focused on your breath. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale through your nose, gently raising your belly. Exhale through your mouth, gently lowering your belly. Breathe in through your nose, gently raising your abdomen. Breathe out through your mouth, gently lowering your abdomen. Stay mindful of your breath count. Breathe in, gently raising your belly. Breathe out, gently lowering your belly. Inhale, gently raising your abdomen. Exhale, gently lowering your abdomen. Stay focused on your breath. Visualize yourself sitting on top of a mountain, watching the clouds below you. Two clouds merge into one, and one cloud divides into two. You watch as the clouds move to and fro through the sky and disappear over the horizon. These clouds are like your thoughts. They come into being, exist for a while, and then disappear from conscious awareness. Inhale. Exhale, releasing all that is of no benefit. Breathe in. Breathe out, releasing all that obscures your third eye vision. Stay focused on your breath. When thoughts arise in your mind, visualize them as clouds and watch as they move through the sky and disappear over the horizon. And return your focus to your breath. Inhale through your nose, gently raising your belly. Exhale through your mouth, gently lowering your belly. Breathe in through your nose, gently raising your abdomen. Breathe out through your mouth, gently lowering your abdomen. The breath calms the body, and the body calms the mind. Stay attentive of your breath count. Inhale, gently raising your belly. Exhale, gently lowering your belly. Breathe in, gently raising your abdomen. Breathe out, gently lowering your abdomen. Stay focused on your breath. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. When thoughts arise in your mind, visualize them as clouds, watching as they move through the sky and disappear over the horizon. And return your focus to your breath count. Your essence is love. The manifestation of love is light. Your purpose is to shine your light on others. And awaken the inner light within them. And they will shine their light on all whom they encounter. Until the whole world is glowing radiantly. Inhale. Exhale, releasing all that does not serve you well. Breathe in. Breathe out, releasing any stress and tension from your body. On your next breath, do a body scan. Search for areas of tightness or tension in your body. Some people store tension in their forehead and jaw. Some people store tension behind their eyes. Some people store tension in their neck or shoulders. Some people store tension in their legs and hands. Wherever you store your tension, do not judge it. But on your next exhale, release that tension from your body. Inhale. Exhale, releasing all that is of no benefit. Breathe in. Breathe out, releasing all that obscures your third eyesight. Stay focused on your breath. When thoughts arise in your mind, visualize them as clouds, watching as they move through the sky and disappear over the horizon. Thoughts come into being, exist for a while, and then disappear from conscious awareness. That is the nature of human thought. Return your focus to your breath. And feel the peace and love emanating from your heart chakra. For beneath the level of consciousness, we come to find our true essence. Inhale. Exhale, releasing all that is of no benefit. Breathe in. Breathe out, releasing all that obscures your third eyesight. Stay focused on your breath count. Your essence is love. The manifestation of love is light. Your purpose is to shine your light on others. And awaken the inner light within them. And they will shine their light on all whom they encounter. Until the whole world is lit. Inhale. Exhale, releasing all that does not serve you well. Breathe in. Breathe out, releasing all that obscures your third eyesight. Stay focused on your breath. When thoughts arise in your mind, visualize them as clouds, watching them move through the sky and disappear over the horizon. And return your focus to your breath count. In this meditation, we travel beneath the level of conscious awareness. We travel down into the heart chakra, and we feel the love that emanates from that region. We feel the warmth that love gives off. We feel the oneness that exists there. We feel the light that manifests from that love. That place is our eternal home. Reside there as long as you wish. Inhale. Exhale, releasing all that is of no benefit. Breathe in. Breathe out, releasing all ego that obscures your third eye sight. Be mindful of your breath. The breath calms the body, and the body calms the mind. Stay focused on your breath. When thoughts arise in your mind, release them and return to your breath. Travel beneath the level of consciousness to the heart chakra and feel the love that radiates from that region. Explore that love, and you will come to remember your identity, for your essence is love. Inhale. Exhale. The manifestation of love is light. Inhale. Exhale. Your purpose is to shine your light on others. Breathe in. Breathe out and awaken the inner light within them. Inhale. Exhale, and they will shine their light on all whom they encounter. Breathe in. Breathe out until the whole world is glowing radiantly. Stay focused on your breath. Your essence is not the sum total of your thoughts. For your essence is immutable. And thoughts come and go, and the thoughts you held previously are different than the thoughts you hold now. So those thoughts are not your essence. When you travel beneath the level of conscious awareness, and go to that place of pure love within you, you come to realize who you are and what your purpose is. And you let go of any ego that blinds you to reality. Inhale. Exhale, releasing all that is of no benefit. Breathe in. Breathe out, releasing all that obscures your third eye sight. The one goal of meditation is to clear out the ego from your mind, such that you can see clearly through your third eye. When you identify with that love that exists within you, you connect with the love that exists within everyone else. You can bypass all ego dynamics and connect with the true essence in the other person. and from the context of eternity, you come to realize your oneness with all of humanity. Inhale. Exhale, releasing all that is of no benefit. Breathe in. Breathe out, releasing all ego that obscures your third eye vision. On your next inhale, travel beneath the level of conscious awareness. Travel into the love within your heart chakra. Explore that region. Feeling the love and light that emanate there. And search for the center point of that love. The point in which you are whole. That center point is the source of all creation. And it is yours eternally. Go into that center point. And feel the love and light radiating outward in every direction. Unbounded love. Is your fundamental essence. Breathe in, gently raising your abdomen. Breathe out, gently lowering your abdomen. Inhale, gently raising your belly. Exhale, gently lowering your belly. Be mindful of your breath. When thoughts arise in your mind, visualize them as clouds moving through the sky and disappearing over the horizon. Thoughts come into being, exist temporarily, and disappear. That is the fundamental nature of human thought. But your true essence lies beneath the level of consciousness. Your foundational essence is love. And in that place of love is your eternal home. And in that place of love, you find eternal peace. Search out that center point in that place of perfect love. Find that perfect center. And walk on through. When thoughts intrude on the present moment, visualize them as clouds moving through the sky and disappearing over the horizon. And return home to that center point. Once inside, you become one with the source of creation. And you feel love and light radiate infinitely outward. That love and light is you. From the context of monism, you are perfectly whole. You are one with all of creation. You are divine in that sacred space. From the context of eternity, you are perfect peace. You are perfect love and immutable. In that place of oneness, you reside eternally. It's just a perceptual sleight of hand that makes us think we perceive differently, that makes us think that we ever left that place of wholeness. Our perceptual lenses got muddied, and we see the world not as it actually is, but only in representational form. But we can always return to that place of oneness by cleaning our perceptual lenses, by releasing all ego that blinds us. And we see unimpeded through our third eye. And everything is beautiful once again. Inhale. Exhale, releasing all that is of no benefit. Breathe in. Breathe out, releasing all ego that obscures your third eyesight. You are eternal love. And that can never change. And when this illusory, dualistic framework collapses, and we return to the state of perfect monism once again, we come to realize our own absolute perfection. And we live joyfully in that sacred space for eternity. Inhale. Exhale, releasing all that is of no benefit. Breathe in. Breathe out, releasing any ego that obscures your third eye vision. Take the deepest inhale of the day, filling your vessel with love and light, and the deepest exhale of the day, releasing all tension from your being. Gently open your eyes and return to the present moment, bringing with you the peace from this meditation throughout the remainder of your day. Namaste. Thank you all so much for being here with me in this sacred space. You are all truly wonderful and amazing souls, and I'm grateful to spend this time with you. And I'm grateful that you came here to do the meditation and to do the work and to share in the love and light. And I'm humbled and honored to be here as your meditation guide. Thank you so much. How was that for everyone? Hey, Sunrise Reads is here. Awesome. Sunrise, so good to see you. So good. How was that meditation? I hope you enjoyed it. I really hope you did because yeah, we have such good love and light going on in here, and I hope you got something out of it. It's good to see you. How's everyone else? Sunrise Reads is a streamer here on Twitch. She does a lot of different stuff. She's a variety streamer. She was doing stretching and yoga last night. She does travel streams at the beaches. She's just a wonderful soul. She's just such a great person. Definitely go check out Sunrise Reads and drop her a follow. And look who just bursted in. We got Terra Time. We got Terra Time, who's just bursting in the door with the emote queen herself. The emote queen Terra Time. It's so good to see you, Terra Time. How are you today, Terra Time? How are you? How is life for you today? I hope you're doing well. Terra Time is another streamer here on Twitch in the fitness and health community who just has this amazing gift to make the most arduous, difficult workouts fun and enjoyable, and that's such a wonderful gift to have, and so definitely check out Terror Time's stream if you haven't already, and drop her a follow. She's such a wonderful person, and no one's gonna ever beat her emote game. She's got the emote queen label down. So yeah, it's great to see you all here. Let's see if I missed anything else in chat. I think I saw. Oh yeah, Hyperdum, you're around. You're here. And Swiss is here. Swiss is another streamer here on Twitch in the fitness and health community. Definitely check Swiss out. He's an incredible streamer. He does these beautiful streams, travel streams mostly lately. I've been seeing. Swiss R. Definitely check out his stream. Yeah, it's amazing, and he's dedicated too. The guy sleeps like 2 hours a night, and it's just up, first thing at daybreak, and to try to bring us these amazing picturesque scenes from Switzerland. From I think you pronounce it Lucrane, from that beautiful place that you live in. It's such an awesome thing that you get to live in a place that's so beautiful. He was showing he was showing footage of a church that was from 1633. I think it was a church, right? From 1633, and I was commenting that, man, that's really old, especially from I'm just an American. I don't know anything about history, and he's showing buildings that are still around from 1633. My whole city of Chicago burned down, 150 years ago, and we don't have buildings that are that old. I mean, we have a few, in the East Coast, maybe a few here and there, but yeah, mostly everything's just we're the baby country, right? So when you show us when you show us these awesome like ancient structures, it's so impressive, and it's so impressive to me, and it really inspires me, and I get to see all this architecture, these styles of architecture that you don't get to see anymore, right? You don't get to see these. So definitely check out Swiss R and his streams. JT Firms, yeah, hello y'all, late arrivals. Yeah, we got a lot of people popping in later today, which is cool, and it's always cool, just come by whenever you want. It's just great that you can pop in and do some meditation. That's the main thing, because you're doing the work, and then that will increase the amount of love and light you can feel in your heart, and and then you can take that out into the external world, and you can shine your light and love on others. So that's awesome. It's definitely awesome. All right, cool. So I think we're about caught up. Though there's a few, Hyperdumb, you did a few out of context clips. Let's check out your out of context clips. I always like to give them some play. So this is Agni's vision for the future of this channel. Let's see what this is all about.
I'm gonna take off my shirt, 100 channel points, or something like that, right?
Oh, these are from yesterday. I think these are from yesterday, right? Or maybe I don't know. Maybe they are from today. I'm so zenned out right now. I feel so much love and light inside me. I can't even remember what was going on earlier today. Let's
I
check
bet
out this
streams
one.
just be like, oh, time to take off my shirt, 100
Oh
channels
yeah,
gone.
there's that one again. All right, cool, cool. Well, thank you for clipping some stuff, man. Thank you. On the need for personal growth. Growth. Let's check out this one final clip that you got here.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I guess I gotta grow a pair of boobs or something. You know?
Yeah, now that one is from today. So that's one thing I always find a little weird about Twitch. You get the hot tub, the girls in the hot tub who are getting like 50,000 viewers, and it's like crazy to me. Uh, Imbalanced physique rating with a party of 6. Thank you so much. Totally, totally appreciative. Everyone, if you have not checked out Imbalanced Physique, definitely check out his stream. He's a streamer here in the fitness and health community. He knows everyone in the community. He's just a super awesome, authentic, genuine guy. Really nice, kind human being. He's going to the NorCal meetup. I believe it's next weekend, right? The NorCal meetup, man. I think it is. I think it is next weekend. Those of you who don't know me, I am Agni James, and I stream primarily philosophy and meditation. But we talk about all sorts of things. Like we just finished our meditation a little while ago, and we were actually just talking about how the hot tub streamers, some of these girls sitting in a hot tub are getting 50,000 live views, right? And then I'm sitting here trying to stream meditation and philosophy, and it's just a cool dichotomy, right? It's like a cool contrast, right? Of like what's out there, right? But yeah, it's interesting. It's always an interesting thing. I'm thinking that I need to do a hot tub stream, maybe. Maybe that's the route that I gotta go. But yeah, definitely check out Imbalanced Physique. He's an awesome streamer here on Twitch. He also has another account, DJ Krishuns. Check him out there as well, and drop him a follow. That's the cool thing, and a lot of people probably don't know. But when you drop someone a follow, I mean that supports the channel. That's a pretty big deal, and it costs you nothing. I mean, it's just like a nice gesture that you can give to someone. It shows that you care about them, and or subscribe if you really like what he's doing. And speaking of follows, yeah, drop me a follow if you haven't. If you are interested in philosophy and meditation, and interesting chat. We always got interesting chat. I was talking about the need to grow a pair of boobs earlier, so I could get more viewers. But I'm just being facetious, obviously. But it's kind of funny, right? It's kind of interesting that's what gets the views. Like it's more people are into boobs than philosophy and meditation. I guess that's not interesting, right? I mean, that could probably be like that could probably everyone in the world would probably just grasp that concept from the beginning. But at the end of the day, I'm just a philosopher who does meditation. So yeah, I don't know. Sometimes you're saying yes, when you reach your subscriber goal equals hot tub stream. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I mean that's an intense move, right? To do a hot tub stream. You have to be severely dedicated and into it. And I'd have to get like a hot tub. Or you just get one of those little baby pools and you just splash around in that. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like I would just like you would spring a leak and I would just get 50 or 20 gallons of water like dumped all over my carpet, and then it would seep down into like my neighbor's apartment, and they wouldn't be very happy. It's like my neighbor's got all this water rushing down through their condo ceiling. Yeah, probably not the best idea. Sutter, as you say, we love your boobs just how they are, Agni. Well, thank you, thank you. I put a lot of work into my boobs. Actually, I do a lot of the wide grip push-ups, right? Because that's good for the pecs. I do other stuff that's good for the pecs too. Like a lot of the wide grip stuff, the wide push stuff, is good for the pecs, right? So yeah, I take a really good care of my boobs. That's actually maybe boobs are more important to me than understanding the fundamental nature of reality. Who knows, right? I mean, I don't know. I mean, we're genetically programmed, right, to think that boobs are better, right? Because think about it, how much survival value is there from an evolutionary context in trying to unearth the deepest truths of reality, right? There's from an evolutionary context, there's really not a tremendous amount of survival value, and it's not like it's evolutionarily advantageous to like to want to be a philosopher, right? Because I mean, to be honest, philosophers don't get laid that much. You know, they're more into they're more into like coming to truths about reality, right? And to the search for truth and knowledge and wisdom, right? Um, but yeah, that's just how it is. But yeah, but then you get people like if any of you have seen the movie Idiocracy, right? The people with the IQs of 50 are having like 30 kids, and then that's what's gonna overtake the world eventually, right? And we're just gonna have a bunch of people that have IQs of 50 and are just can barely walk and walk around and are just kind of like going to be like vegging out on like on some television station or something. That's just how it goes, right? Um, so tempting to clip. Let's see. Sometimes you said this is not a good ideal. So tempting to clip more milk. Yeah, clip. Clip away. Yeah, I'm always cool when people clip. I think it's fun. I don't know what we're talking about anymore. So you said nice. Imbalance, you said you've been told to put on baby oil for all your hot tub streams. You could, man. You could put on the baby oil, right? I mean, if that's what people want to see. But then the question is always like, do you want to produce quality, like something that's like really going to help someone and benefit them on like the most fundamental level? Or do you want to just produce like the cheap gimmicks, right? And no, don't get me wrong. I'm not like saying that the gimmicky stuff is bad. I'm just saying if you do it all the time, it gets old, right? And then you just constantly have to like do something more and more to like shock the audience, right? But if you stay true to what you do and you're authentic and genuine, like Sunrise Reads and Imbalanced, like both of you are, then you can instill wisdom in people. You can help teach people, right? And that's what it's all about. Showing places of beauty. Like Swiss R does, and Sunrise like you do on the beaches, right? And like doing the reads from the book. From the from that book that you and Hyperdome were reading, right? Pedagogy of the Oppressed, I believe it was called. That's pretty cool. By the way, are you guys going to do another one? Are you going to do more from that book? I really enjoyed your co-stream when I got to check that out. I think that would be cool if you two could do some more if you've gotten any further into that book and can explain more from that. That would be pretty awesome. Yeah, yeah, definitely check out that book, everyone. It's a quality book, and it's something awesome. Yeah, I don't know if Hyperdome's awake. Maybe he's sleeping right now. He was lurking earlier, so like maybe he's kind of like on the verge of like going to sleep or being up or something like that. In balance, you said you'll retire after the second hot tub stream. Retire from streaming or retire from doing the hot tub streams, because that's a big difference. We can't have you just retiring from Twitch. We need you out here, man. You're like the soldier, in the battlefield. I like to envision you that way, like just you're out there, you're always fighting, even when you have a shirt on, you're fighting. Yeah, a lot of times you don't have the shirt on. It doesn't matter, shirt, no shirt, whatever. We're all here to have fun and to enjoy. Oh, retire from the hot tub stream. Yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying, man. It's like, it's just things get old after a while, and then you don't want to be one of those guys that's just kind of like rehashing old material over and over and over, right? You want to bring something new to the table, some new insights. And just from talking to you, I think you're at your best when you're just talking with a chat, when you're just live and talking and just telling people your opinions on things and your perception of reality and how you think and what you're looking at and what you've been thinking about. When you talk about mental health, that is on point and that's awesome, because that's something that needs to be discussed more, right? Your mental health streams, whenever you talk about that, are great, and I've tried to discuss mental health issues in chat as well, or on my streams as well, because it's such an important thing, right? We need more discussions about mental health, right? We need that kind of stuff. Sunrise, you're saying the meditation may be relaxing to sleep. I've had a lot of people tell me that. They always say, they say, Agni, thank you so much. I tuned into your stream, I tuned into your meditation. It was so beautiful, it was so peaceful, it was so wonderful. And I ended up, falling asleep halfway through. That's fine. I mean, at the end of the day, if you're getting something out of it, and maybe that's what you need, maybe you need that peace, right? Maybe you need that relaxation. And if I'm able to give that to you, then I feel good, and I'm doing what I can to help better the fitness and health community here on Twitch, right? And help just better people, better the world, right? I'm spreading love and light. If I can give people a little more peace, because that's what we need. We need more unification. Bring people together. No more of this divisive stuff. Everything the media is set up to divide us. Politics divide us. There's the whole ego framework is set up to keep us as feeling like we're distinct, separate entities from everyone else. And I say fuck that shit. We got to unite everyone. We got to bring people together under one umbrella. Let's all just be one to one, together again, right? No more of this divisive shit. Just because you have, perceptually you have a separate body than me, doesn't mean that our essences are not the same, right? I like to say our essences are pure love, and since our essences are pure love, then the pure love in everyone else is the same as the pure love in us. It's just this ego consciousness stuff that manifests throughout this dualistic framework that makes us think otherwise, right? Once our spiritual side is clean and clear, then dude, Hyperdom, you just subscribed. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. Totally, totally grateful for that. And the pain goes on. You're a trooper, man. You're here to stay, apparently. You are here to stay, man. And I can't wait till you start streaming, man. I want to see, and not just your co-streams with Sunrise. I want to see the content that you bring out, man. And I'd love to help out in any way I can when you start streaming, man. It's gonna be cool. Come up with that new name. And do it, or keep the name you have. Hyperdome's kind of it's a solid name. It cracks me up. I like it. You've been subscribed, but this is the 2 month streak thing. Yeah, well, cool, man. Thank you for renewing your subscription. It means a lot to me. I'm always trying to grow the channel. So drop follows, subscribe. Whatever you can do to support the channel. If you get something out of it, if you can even get a little more love and peace in your life, then do it. Yeah, and Sunrise, I'm totally, totally stoked about your offer that you sent me yesterday. About making those panels, and that would be super cool. I'm thinking I want to stick with the theme of the black and green. I don't know what color green yet, but I definitely want to stick with that. And I want it minimalistic. I don't want the panels too silly. I don't want the silly. I mean, I like silly panels, but for this channel, I want it more minimalistic and just black and green, just very, very basic, very simple, but elegant. I like simple and elegant. That's kind of my thing, in life. That's how I live. I want simple and elegant. But we'll talk more about that. All right, so Hyperdome, you say, oh, I'm gonna go with the name Jimmy Nothing when I go solo. Yeah, Jimmy Nothing, dude. There you go. So that excuse is killed. All right, you now have the name, man. That was always your excuse. It's you're always I'm gonna do it. I just got to come up with a good name, right? I like the name Jimmy Nothing. Why not? Why not, right? That's a quality name. So now you got to come up with other excuses, though. What's your next excuse gonna be, right? Sometimes easy to say, yes, sir, you're welcome. I'm glad I can. Dude, it was such an awesome offer, because that's one area where I totally lack. I am the worst. I mean, I can do poetry. That's my form of art. But as far as graphic design and stuff, I have no concept of how to do any of that stuff. I never learned it. I never learned it. My emotes were. I got lucky that my buddy, frequently misunderstood, is so good into graphic design and all that, and he was able to make my emotes for me, and they're pretty killer emotes. The prayer and the heart on fire, right? But my personally, I don't have that skill set, and I've never learned. I mean, I don't know what the learning curve is for that kind of skill set. If I wouldn't, what do you guys think out there? If I wanted to learn graphic design and just how to make all this beautiful art, is that even something that I could pick up quickly, or is that something that would take 6 months of dedicated study. I mean, cause I don't have that kind of time to put into it. So let's see, Sunrise. You say you even have emote typos. Emote typos. Nice, nice. Hey, Terror Time. I love the hearts coming from you. The emote queen's got to chime in every now and then with the emotes. That's just how it goes. That's the nature of being the emote queen. Sometimes you just say that's okay. It's pretty easy, really. Hybrid M, you say you got a new out of context clip. What Agni looks for in a woman. All right, let's check it out. Let's see what this out of context clip is going to be like.
I like simple and elegant. That's kind of like my thing. In life. Yeah.
Yes, simple and elegant. There's something about like the urbane nature of like like a refined individual. It's just always such like a pleasure. To keep things simple and elegant. You don't need things real gimmicky. I'm not a fan of like all the props and gimmicks that are out there. I mean, every once. I mean, I have this is my props. These are my props, right? I got my bananas here, right? And but that's functional, right? It has a purpose. Those of you who don't know, first of all, I'm Agni James. If you don't know me, drop me a follow if you could. I'd super appreciate it. But yeah, I do Bikram yoga, which is hot yoga. It's 105 degrees, 90 minutes. And when I do Bikram yoga or run for long distances, I get like crazy leg cramps, just like LeBron said back in the day when he was in the playoffs and he got those leg cramps. He's like, leg cramps are no joke. They're not. Anyone who's experienced leg cramps, like, what I'm talking about. It's not really something you can just work your way through. I mean, I've used mindfulness and techniques and stuff like that to try to like work my way through leg cramps before. But when your hamstring goes, man, you're just like on the floor, and you're like, and when I'm on the floor screaming like a 5-year-old girl when my hamstrings start cramping up. So bananas are an amazing source of potassium. Even though these are brown on the outside, these are actually still good bananas. And I was telling the chat about this yesterday. An awesome trick, an awesome tip that for banana storage is that you could actually put bananas in the fridge, and when you do, the peel gets brown quicker, right? Notice like how the peel is all brown, right? And like these like don't look like good bananas, but when you open them up, they're pristine. They're like refined, elegant bananas. These become like prime bananas, like better than like the bananas that you'd find at like Pete's Fresh Market or like Whole Foods or something, right? You get like the most perfect bananas out of it, even though the exterior is looks a little sick and rotten or whatever. And JT Farms and I were actually talking about this right at the beginning of the stream, right? We were talking about how she brought up a really good deep point about how we were talking about judgment and about the bananas and about how it's like you never can tell, right, what the banana is gonna look like until you actually open it up, right? We don't judge something based on the literally on the color of its skin, right? You don't judge something. You don't judge a book by its cover, right? You don't do that, right? Because sometimes the brown banana is the best banana. That's what it comes down to in the end. Hybrid Dev, I'm just waiting for you to clip that. That sounds like someone you'd clip at some point. Sunrise, you were saying you use a website called Canva.com. I should check that out. Maybe I can learn a little bit about it because I'm so out of touch with graphic design and whatnot. Like, I don't know. I have no idea. I mean, do we even call it graphic design anymore? Is it like what do you call it when you like someone's just like amazing with computer art? I don't even know what the fucking term is for it. I'm that far removed. I'm a philosopher. I'm big into like the foundational issues. I don't really know. I don't really know about like the terminology of pop culture and stuff like that. In fact, I know nothing about pop culture. That's an interesting thing about me. Like if you want to talk pop culture, you're going to have to talk with someone else because I mean I can tell you about David Lewis. I can tell you about analytic philosophers. I can tell you about the history of philosophy. I can tell you about chess. I'm a chess instructor. I can talk about that kind of stuff. But pop culture, you're not going to get anything from me out of pop, regarding pop culture. I don't know. Like 90% of my life is like walking around. Like I live in a very how can I put it? Kind of like I live outside of Chicago, right? So it's like, but it's kind of like a little bit more of like a wealthy community, so you get like a lot of like, really pompous, arrogant, fools that are walking around, thinking they're the best because they know everything about pop culture. And so like I spend 90% of my life walking around talking to these people, and they're like bringing up, oh, did you hear about, who's dating the new this new celebrities, this new celebrity, and so or whatever, like, this new celebrity got divorced, and like, I don't give a fuck about that. Like, why would someone care? Why would someone? And I know I'm probably insulting like the chat right now. Is, if you care about like, who's getting married and divorced on the celebrity scene. I'm sorry, if you're big into TMZ, but it's a risk I got to take. I'm brutally honest, and it's like I just don't care at all about celebrities and who they're dating, because it's like that. It's just there's better ways to spend my time, and so I walk around like not knowing what the hell anyone's talking about. All right, Sunrise, you said graphic design includes making logos, brochures, magazines, designing books, brand identity. Yeah, absolutely. And that's kind of what I thought. Like I thought that was like the umbrella term. I just didn't know if that was still the term that's being used nowadays, or if there was like a new term to replace that, right? Because things terms get replaced over time, and like I was always brought up just think with the term graphic design being the main one being used. Victor Soar, hey, how's it going? Good to see you. Victor Soar is another philosopher here, and it's great that he's around. He's also I believe a PhD student in psychology, which is cool because that's what I got my undergrad in. So I dig that. You say, hey Agni, I was thinking a bit about our conversation and coherence versus foundationalism. I think coherence may be like a form of inductive logical reasoning, wherein each conclusion slash premise supports each other. Inductively, this makes sense. These notions likelier to be true if we consider randomness or regression to the mean. I think people tend to think of inductive reasoning as it relates to validating premises, but not logic. Yeah, I think that's a good point. I absolutely think that is. By the way, though, I shy away from the term foundationalism. I had so one of my professors in grad school when I was in there getting my master's in philosophy was a philosophy of mind guy, and he would wig out if someone would use the term foundationalism because everyone's using it in a different way. There is no like one way that people are using foundationalism. So he basically said, whenever you read a paper or read a book and people are talking about foundationalism, you never know what the fuck they mean. You never know what they're actually talking about because everyone has their own definition of foundationalism. So I try to stay away from that term to begin with. But like, yeah, it's used all the time. It's just that like he kind of instilled that in me, to stay away from that because of all the different ways that people use that term in philosophy of mind. Sometimes you just say, I guess these days it would include social media posts, even making videos, just any design, whether simple or complex. Canva has easy options to animate your designs like PowerPoint has too. That is also graphic design. It's quite broad, I guess. Oh, all right, cool. Yeah, and that's kind of the vibe I got, right? That's kind of the vibe that I thought that the umbrella term graphic design, meant, nowadays, right? It just, things change over time. You never know. You never know, right? You never know what word's going to be in and out, right? I mean, Christ, we're constantly rearranging language. Language is amazing, right? Like the way like different terms are, change over time, right? Like, there's times where it's like you say a certain word and it's like, okay, earlier in your life you say it and it means one thing, and then like, 15 years down the road you say that same word and it's like, it means something completely different. You're like, whoa, what's going on here? And that's why context is so important, right? Historical context. You need to know the historical context of any argument that's being presented. And this is something that I'm big on, like really delving into the culture and to the society that produced these philosophical arguments and whatnot. Because when you do that, then you can understand. You have more understanding of what the person actually meant when they espoused their view, right? And balance, you say celebrity lifestyle, yeah, you have no interest whatsoever. Yeah, right? But there are so many people in the world that do care about that, right? Like, I mean, I know people that sit around and watch TMZ all day, and that's like all they care about. Their whole world is based on what celebrities are dating, what other celebrities, right? That's like their whole world, and that's all that matters to them. Like, it's like that blows my mind that people can be so immersed in that, right? It's like it's crazy. It just seems like craziness to me. But that's just my opinion, right? I mean, some people are gonna look at me and be like, "Who is this fucking asshole telling me that like what I value is not great, right?" And that is that's a perfectly fair thing to say to me, right? Because they could look at me and be like, I think philosophy is garbage. I think meditation is garbage. I don't think those things have any value, right? I mean, if you think about it, like, from their from those people's perspectives, what I do is complete garbage. And from my perspective, studying, spending your whole existence, caring about, what celebrities dating status, right, is complete nonsense, right? But like, to each his own, to each her own, right? You never know. I mean, and if something's important to someone, then maybe you just let it be important to them, right? We're not out here to push beliefs on others, and that's like a big thing. Like, throughout my life, I've met a lot of people that are like on these missions, right? They're on these missions to like go and like push beliefs on others because they know they're right. They're absolutely certain that they're right in their minds, right? And that's like, it's crazy. It's crazy to think that you're absolutely certain, to hold that you're absolutely right, especially since, think about it this way: the beliefs that you held, your belief set when you were 5 years old, is vastly different than the belief set that you hold that you had when you're 10 years old, right? And the beliefs that you had when you're 10 is vastly different than the beliefs that you had when you're 15. And that just keeps changing throughout life. Throughout life, every time you get older, you replace new beliefs, kind of like your skin cells, fall off, and you get replace new skin cells, right? And with all your cells in your body, red blood cells are like really quick. Those things come, they come back around real quick. I think like red blood cells are the quickest growing cells in the body. Does anyone know that? Can anyone confirm that? That red blood cells, they die off and come back quickest. I don't know. I was also a molecular bio major as well as psychology in undergrad, so I'm not sure if that's. I just remember hearing that somewhere along the way. All right. We've got a new out of context clip from Hyperdome. Let's check it out. Agni responds to your troubles. Here we go. Y'all ready for this?
I'm like, I don't give a fuck about that. Like, why would someone care? Why would someone? I'm like.
Yeah, right. I mean, that is me responding in the most delicate possible manner, that I can to like celebrity lifestyle, status, right? Like, I mean, I don't know. I mean, but is it important though? I mean, it's just so hard for me to buy into the notion that like devoting your life to caring about celebrity dating status is more valuable than devoting your life to the search for truth, or trying to help others, or trying to be more compassionate, right? Or living a life devoted to cleaning up the environment, right? Like, all those things seem just so much more right, like, profound and real and right than like what celebrities dating, what other celebrities. So it's just really hard for me to buy into it. But then again, there people who are sit around and watch TMZ all day are gonna say I'm being an arrogant asshole. I'm being this ostentatious philosopher, sitting in the ivory tower, and like not doing anything, and that's a legitimate argument. That's a legitimate objection to raise. For philosophers, for a long time, the main objection against philosophers and the pursuit of philosophy was like, you sit around and you think about all these ideas, but what do you actually put into action? What do you actually, how do you use those ideas to actually help others, right? And that's a valid criticism, because there's a lot of like Oxford and Yale and Harvard professors or PhDs who are like learning philosophy, and then they're just like just going to become whatever, and then they might not even help someone, right? Or they might just sit around and think, or they might just spend their whole life writing a book that no one reads, right? So these are legitimate complaints, but it's not as much. I don't think it's as valid now as it was like 50 years ago. I think philosophers kind of were like, all right, we got to do something now. And by the way, I'm being half serious, right? Because philosophers, what do you do if you go and get your PhD in philosophy? You become a philosophy professor, right? Or then you go to law school and you become a lawyer, right? That's like typically what you do. Or actually, they you know what they said? They said, what's the number one question that philosophers ask when they get their PhD? After they get their PhD? And the answer is, would you like fries with that? Right? Because people are a little concerned about hiring philosophers. People are a little concerned about like whether they're going to be able to like work within the limits of the establishment, the established order of things, right? Or whether they're going to be questioning the nature of like French fries. And these are all things that you got to think about, right? You never know. All right, where are we at here? All right, Victor, sir, you said currently a MS student, but I intend to go for a PhD. Oh, okay, you're currently getting your master's in psychology. Awesome, cool, yeah, go for that PhD if you want. But I mean, if you don't want to, you don't have to. Like, I mean, I was kind of in the same boat as you. I was getting my master's in analytic philosophy, and I was like, well, we'll see what happens. We'll see if I want to go for my PhD. And in the end, I decided I did not want to do the extra 3 years and go for the PhD. The reason being is because I thought I was kind of burned out. It's like when you're in a very tight analytic philosophy program, it's like you have to do things a certain way, and everything's it feels like there's like a noose around your neck, right? You can't breathe. It's like you mentioned panpsychism, and holy shit, the whole world is going to end. It's like people aren't going to take you seriously, and then you just basically have to like spend like 15 years of your life devoted to smaller, more acceptable concerns of whatever's, in vogue in the philosophy world, right? And then after that, then you can eventually, travel, start coming up with ideas that are like, a little more outside the box, right? Because that's what we want to do. And I don't know why I keep doing quotes like when I don't need to do quotes. Like I just got in this bad habit all of a sudden of like doing quotes like all the time. I should just like do this like and see what happens, or like maybe cut off my fingers, one of the two. All right, let's see, Victor. So you say, I guess that foundationalism is a lot easier for psychology than philosophy because in psychology people tend to agree about what constitutes foundational evidence. Yeah, I mean, probably so. I don't know enough about psychology to even chime in on that. But I'll take your word on it. You're the expert. It's relative to the chat. So like, yeah, in philosophy, we like to debate everything, right? We like to debate most things. So that's just how it goes. That's like the nature of it. So yeah, if in psychology people agree about that that basic premise, then of course, yeah, it's going to be a lot easier. In philosophy, everyone's running around using the term foundationalism in a different way, and it just creates like madness. Like, you'll read paper and paper and paper, and like after paper after paper, and it's like people are like responding to objection, or they're giving objections that aren't even relevant to the whole person's paper because they misconstrued what the person meant by foundationalism. And it's like these are like things that are being published in like legit journals. It's like, dude, no one knows what the fucking term foundationalism means in philosophy. So you gotta like be really careful, with how you argue. I think Jerry Fodor, he's a big. I don't know if you're familiar with him, Victor Sora and the rest of the chat. Like, he was a big philosophy of mind guy, and he's just. He discussed his free will and all sorts of cool things like that and cool concepts. And it's like he had stuff to say about that, I believe, about foundationalism and how the term is just being used in so many weird abstract ways. Hyperdome, you say, well, it is that some people are super keyed in to external emotional processing with other people and keeping track of what's going on Vibe wise with the tribe, and that TMZ celeb stuff is a super accessible way for people to plug into that kind of cognition without having to go anywhere. Dude, that's interesting. That's a hot take. I like that. I like that idea right there. That's cool. Basically just hours and hours of whoa, did you see how so and so felt? Oh my god, so awkward, so cringe. Yeah, right? Yeah, that's kind of a good point. I want to read that again. Is that some people are super keyed into external emotional processing with other people and keeping track of what's going on. Now, here's my question for you. Do you think, in chat, what do you think? Do you think that people who are like super honed in on like TMZ and like celebrity status, right? Do you think those people try to live their life vicariously through those celebrities? Are they trying to live their life through that celebrity lifestyle? Is that one of the reasons why they're so into it? Or are they just into it just because it's like you say, it's just basically easy, kind of easy, like, whoa, did you see how so and so felt? Oh my God, so awkward. Yeah, I mean, it is easy, right? It's not a lot of work to say like, just to like, sit there and like kind of judge what the Kardashians are doing, but like, I don't know. All right, we got a Sunrise Reads clip here. Let's get this going. We definitely got to pay tribute.
And that's like, it's crazy. It's crazy to think that you're absolutely certain, to hold that you're absolutely right, Especially since, think about it this way. The beliefs that you held, your belief set when you were 5 years old, is vastly different than the belief set that you hold that you had when you're 10 years old, right? And the beliefs that you had when you're 10 is vastly different than the beliefs that you had when you're 15. And that just keeps changing throughout life. Throughout life, every time you get older, you replace new beliefs. Kind of like, your skin cells, fall off and you get new, replace new skin cells, right? And with all your cells in your body. Red blood cells are like really quick. Those things they come back around real quick.
I love how I just like I throw that in there, right? Like the red blood cell thing, that's like a weird thing to like throw into that chain of thought, but it does kind of fit, right? I mean, it's entertaining, right? I mean, no one's like screaming at me about it. Nice clip, Sunrise. Nice clip. Imbalanced, you said, so you made your announcement in your stream. You've been challenged against a fitness streamer, Mum Furious. Ooh, on the meetup next Saturday. You've been challenged against him. If you win, you get the respect of accomplishing the challenge. If you lose, you'll gain the respect of trying. This account will be inactive for 1 month, starting September, and I won't make my appearance for the meetup next year. Whoa, meaning no streaming for 1 month, fitness and health, card reading, podcast, and just chatting? Dude, that is intense. That's intense, man. Imbalanced. You're putting a lot on the line. I mean, what is this? I mean, is this going to be like an even challenge? I don't know. I mean, dude, Mum Furious is pretty ripped, dude. He's pretty huge, dude. I don't know, man. I don't know if I would take that challenge. I mean, yeah, people will, but at the same time, yeah, people will totally respect you for it. I mean, that's pretty cool to go against Mum Furious, man. I hope there's like some kind of like weight category or something though, like, because that dude is gigantic. It's pretty neat though. Hyperdumb, you say, yeah, I got you about feeling burned out in grad school. People think that academia is a cult, but cults give you a sense of community and belonging. You know what? It's kind of funny. It's true, right? It is true, and that's why people have joined cults in the past, right? Because it's like maybe they feel awkward in their lives. They feel like they don't fit in anywhere, and then there's all these people that are welcoming and loving and saying, "Come on in, join us, be part of our community," right? And then people are like, "Wow, these people accept me for who I am. It's great." But then at the end of the day, you got to buy into their beliefs. When you start posing your own objections, when you start raising objections to what their beliefs are, then it's like you got like all hell breaking loose, and you're going to be like ostracized and like you're going to be like thrown out of the community or like shamed or judged against or whatnot. All right, so let's see, where are we at here in the chat? Okay, we went through all that. Victor Story, you say, from what you have read, celebrity obsession may theoretically reflect primitively evolved modules for in-group identification that are thus theoretically unrelated to the celebrity, but related to an in-group language game. You know what? Yeah, that's interesting. That's totally interesting. I dig that, man. I think that's a cool point. So I mean, basically, it's just the need. It's like the need to fit in, man. In group identification, right? You want to be a part of a group, right? There, and there's evolutionary, and you could look at it from a diachronic explanation, right? There's evolutionary. It's evolutionary advantageous to fit into a particular group, right? Because first of all, genetically, we're basically the same as we were, 100,000 years ago. Our DNA has not changed much at all. So like the main thing is, is, well, what's changed us about us? Well, we wear like nicer clothes, maybe, and one could argue, or we have more technology, science, technology, all that stuff has changed. But we're still basically primitive beast. I mean, if we stripped away all technology from the world like immediately, like some EMP blast just hit everything, I mean, I don't know how well we would survive. Like, how well would we survive in the jungle? Like, I mean, Victor Sore, Hyperdome, any imbalance. Like, if you were thrown like into the jungle, like in JT Farms, if you were thrown into the jungle, like in Africa or something, like, would you be able to like survive? Would you like be able to like kill like snakes and like handle yourself? I don't know if I'd be able to. I mean, I would give it my all. I'd try to like kill those boa constrictors or whatever the fuck is like gonna trying to kill me. But like, I mean, that's a scary place. I mean, you could have like a tiny bug, land on your arm, and you're like admiring its beauty. You're like, wow, that's a beautiful bug. Look at that pattern. And then it like has some crazy teeth that it like has, and then bites you and just like rips off your arm or something. I mean, weird shit can happen in the jungle. I don't know. I'm just an American. What do I know? I don't think I could fight on my own in the jungle. By the way, why is 0 + 0 the best time control for chess? I don't get that. 0 + 0. That's not a time control for chess. Zero. Okay, so the way it works is it's like you typically have like let's say you're playing a 15-minute game with a 0-second increment, then that would just be like 15-0. That's just how that goes. Or if there's an increment, then it'd be like 15-2, and that means that you start with 15 minutes, and every time you make a move, you get 2 additional seconds added to your clock. I don't know what you mean. Why is 0 + 0 the best time control for chess? Or yeah, unless you're making some like really deep joke that I'm not getting, or else maybe I missed the context. Hyperdom, you say regarding academia and cults. I was trying to say that academia doesn't even give you the sense of community. Oh, doesn't even give you the sense of community that a cult gives you. Haha. It can be way more insulting and alienating. Yeah, you're right, because it's pretty vicious, right? It can be pretty vicious in academia, right? Like especially if you're trying to promote like a new theory. I mean, it's tough. My ex was working. She's got a PhD in psychology, and she's been working for 8 years on this unification theory. Trying to unify the field of psychology, and not just psychology, but like science in general. Just because a lot of times there's people are just using different language to express the same concepts. It's just the whole field's kind of like in a big mess right now, especially psychology, but that can be expected because it's the baby of the sciences, right? Um, but yeah, in academia, it's like, yeah, it can be isolating, because of all the arguments and objections that are raised, and you're kind of on your own, right? You gotta just fight through things, and it's kind of like war. I remember looking at the University of Chicago. I was contemplating going to University of Chicago for their philosophy program, for grad school. And I remember going to their website, and I was looking on their website, and they had like this picture and depicting what grad school for their analytic philosophy program was like. And it was literally like a war scene, like they had people like going under barbed wire, and they had like other people like shooting guns and like doing like crazy shit. It was like this war scene, and they're saying that this is what it's going to be like if you come to our grad program for philosophy. And U of Chicago has one of the best grad programs in philosophy in the world. They're awesome. They're top notch. So yeah, it can be isolating and alienating. I think you have to have really thick skin to get through it. And I have pretty thick skin sometimes, but I can also be a sensitive dude as well. But it drains on you, right? I mean, when I was studying for my comps, my comprehensive examinations, I was putting in 8 to 14 hours every single day for 4 months. I mean, that's a good amount of time in addition to working and doing all the other things you got to do, right? That shit can drain on you, right? Victor, so you say, yes, this theory partially stems from the observation that our Australopithecine ancestors were highly dimorphic and thus very competitive with each other, which should have resulted in high amounts of interclan warfare. Okay, cool, interesting. I don't know that term, Australopithecine. That's a cool term, though. Basically, like our primitive ancestors, right? Our primal ancestors are highly dimorphic. All right, interesting. Yeah, yeah, I think that's neat. 0-0 is the best time control for chess because chess is a zero-sum game. Got it. All right, I knew it had to be some kind of joke because like I'm just so this is actually brings up a good point. Like if you're really focused in and you're like really excited and passionate about something, a lot of times like the joke can just kind of go over your head, right? Because you're so locked in and you're so like ready to respond. But yeah, chess is a zero-sum game, right? Well, people you can draw, right? But it's at the same time, it's like it's a crazy game, right? It's one mind versus another mind, and whoever has the best ideas wins. Oh, and one of the coolest things about chess, and one of the reasons why I love chess so much, is because like you could be the best poker player in the world, right? But if you get dealt bad cards every time in a tournament, you're gonna lose. There's nothing you can do. There's absolutely nothing you can do, right? You just had bad luck. You could be the best at any dice game in the world, right? But if you roll bad every single time at like some dice night event, right, you're gonna lose, no matter how good you are. That's just not fair, right? But chess is not like that, and this is why I like chess so much. If you win at chess, if you beat your opponent, it's because you played better than them. You outplayed them, and if they beat you, it's because they outplayed you. Simple as that. Perfect. It's a perfectly fair game, with the one exception that at the higher levels, white has a slight advantage because white gets to go first. But other than that, it's a perfectly fair game. Like there's not many perfectly fair games out there, right? Where it's just pure strategy. I mean, life isn't fair, right? Look at all the things that happen. You can make all the right moves and still lose in life, but chess is fair. And that's why one of the reasons I love chess so much. You say, Victor Story, you say, yeah, it's not easy. Not all grad students are eager to support each other or inquiring into the ideas of others. It's true. Oh, okay. Australopithene, they were Australopaths. I can't even say the word Australopath. Oh, piths. Okay, cool. Yeah, well, interesting. Nice. All right, yeah. I don't know much about the evolution of the human being and all that, from our primordial ancestors. But I know I have like a cursory understanding of it. But I do dig it. I do love reading about it and checking it out. Right, it's pretty cool stuff. Okay, I've been talking a long time, and this stream has been going on for over 2 hours. So maybe we should wrap it up because I think I've caught up with chat. So yeah, I just want to thank everyone so much for being here and for participating in meditation and great conversation. JT Farms, thank you so much for being here. You're my VIP. You're the heart and soul of this channel. Of these streams. So thank you so much for your support. Wonderful person, and I will give you a call sometime soon, and we can touch base and actually really touch base, right? Because that I mean, we can say a few things here and there on chat, but at the end of the day, you're typing and I'm like talking. So, Victor Story, say nice stream. See you next time. And thanks so much for stopping in, Victor Story. You bring a lot to this stream, man. So it's really good to have you here, to have another philosopher on hand. And you have a lot of knowledge about interesting concepts. So thank you. Okay, let's see who we're gonna raid. Let's see who's all available. Let's see. Huh. I don't know. Okay, are there any good raid recommendations out there? I mean, Check Meow and Great Kind are going, but I think those are just reruns. Let me look and see if I can find any good raid recommendations, or anyone good to raid out there. I don't know. Who can we raid here? And then Casa del Se is also a rerun. I don't like raiding the rerun people. So let's see. All right, we got to raid someone. We could raid Marcel. We could always raid Marcel. I appreciate Marcel a lot. He's just a good dude. He's a yoga instructor. Really good dude. He's delved into World of Warcraft. I'm a little concerned because I think he's addicted to World of Warcraft, and I've actually lost friends that have gone that route. But maybe we should all just give Marcel a huge raid right now and just to brighten up his day, because he's a great dude, a totally nice guy, and he's done a lot for the fitness and health community here. Yeah, let's raid Marcel. All right. Well, thank you all again so much for being here. I'm truly honored and humbled that you tuned in for my meditation, and have a wonderful day, and namaste.